Every team has had massive ups and downs throughout the history of the Overwatch League. Legendary teams like San Francisco and Shanghai were bottom feeders in Season 1, and now look at them. So, I figured I would make a video ranking each team by the amount of success they have had in the history of the league. I am going to be making a point-based system for this. The point system goes, 2 points for a finals appearance that isn't the grand finals, 3 points for winning a stage title or a grand finals appearance, and 4 points for winning a season title. With that out of the way, let's get started. Also, this is a good way to rank success in the Overwatch 1 era, with it coming to an end. The teams tied for last place with 0 points are the Houston Outlaws, Washington Justice and Toronto Defiant. All teams came close a few times. Houston was top 3 in 2018 Stage 1, Washington went quite far in 2020, and Toronto was a semi-finalist in the Summer Showdown. However, they were never able to reach the heights of other teams. Which is a bit shocking to me. While Toronto has kind of sucked through the years, Justice and Houston have had many stacked rosters, especially the Justice. It takes a special kind of shitting the bed to never make it to a finals once with the amount of money and talent they've had. But, life goes on. Tied at second to last, or 16th through 13th are the Hangzhou Spark, Florida Mayhem and Boston Uprising. Each of these teams have had one finals appearance but no wins to their name. Hangzhou Spark made it to finals in the Countdown Cup through a somewhat easy schedule only to get trounced by the Shanghai Dragons. Florida made some upset wins in the 2020 Countdown Cup through Atlanta and Philadelphia only to lose a close game to the Shock. And Boston was still riding their golden stage high in Stage 3 of 2018 only to lose to an immovable New York. Strong showings from each of them. However, one finals appearance isn't really anything to write home about, and none of these teams could bring it home in the end. Disappointing. Tied either at third to last or placing 13th through 8th are the Atlanta Reign, Los Angeles Gladiators, Paris Eternal, Guangzhou Charge and the Los Angeles Valiant. The Atlanta Reign are here due to their miracle run in the 2021 playoffs where they ran through the losers bracket and ended up against Shanghai, where they were promptly destroyed. They have come in third twice in 2020, though in fourth place 2021 as well. Also, fun fact, every tournament appearance they had in 2020 was ruined by Florida. The Los Angeles Gladiators have a history of choking, but they pulled through in 2021 where they won the Countdown Cup against Chengdi. Other than that, they have a history of doing well in the regular season, but not pulling it together in playoffs. Good to see that it paid off for at least one tournament, though. Next is the Paris Eternal, here after their miracle run in the Summer Showdown 2020 where they beat both of the top teams in the... Yes, they only made it far due to the Gingy buff. But Philadelphia had a cracked Gingy as well, so it is still a great accomplishment for them. Other than that, they were semi-finalists in the 2020 Countdown Cup, but fell short against the Philadelphia Fusion. Still, the Summer Showdown was insane. Which is also good for our next team, the Guangzhou Charge, who also pulled a miracle run in the Summer Showdown against the Dragons. Massive fall from grace this year, but they were quite a strong team last year. They won the Summer Showdown off the back of Island's Gingy, and were semi-finalists in the May Melee. Good shit from them last year, still one of my favorite teams. The final team with 3 points is the Los Angeles Valiant, who won Stage 4 of 2018 against a sandbagging New York. People forget, but they were quite dominant in 2018, having the second best regular season record, and one out of 3 teams to win a title that year. However, they couldn't pull it together in any other tournament, despite being semi-finalists in 2018 Stage 3, 2018 Playoffs, 2019 Stage 3 and 2020 May Melee. Then everyone knows the 2021 disaster. Overall solid team across 3 seasons, but can't compete fully at the highest level. On to the other teams. At 9th place, we have the Chengdi Hunters, who made finals appearances in the 2021 Summer Showdown and the 2021 Countdown Cup. The Summer Showdown wasn't especially close against the dominant Shanghai Dragons, but the Countdown Cup was an absolute heartbreaker for them. It was so close, but literally just shoo. I believe they had a solid shot at grand finals in the playoffs, but struggled due to internal drama holding them back against Dallas and the Shock. It's some copium, though, but they really were strong. Other than that, they came in 4th in the 2021 melee, and were a semi-finalist in the 2020 Countdown Cup. They really leveled up this year, and I have high expectations for them going into 2022. At the 8th and 7th place are the Dallas Fuel and Seoul Dynasty. Seoul Dynasty had such high expectations in pretty much every season, but have yet to win a final. Both finals appearances were in 2020, where they made it in the melee before losing by getting reverse swept in incredible fashion by Shanghai. Honestly, you have to watch the game, it was great. And making grand finals before losing a pretty close game to the Shock. Seoul over the course of the league has disappointed time and time again, but 2020 had some good stuff before going back to the usual in 2021. Their season in 2020 wasn't even that great. Honestly, it was more the hog meta that carried them to the grand finals. Other than those, they were semi-finalists in the 2021 Countdown Cup, the 2020 Summer Showdown and the 2019 Stage 1 playoffs. I'll go over teams' futures in a bit, but for a team representing the esports capital in the world, they should have at least one win. Disappointing. Next is the Dallas Fuel. Consistently mediocre to bad for 3 seasons before popping off in 2021, they won the 2021 melee against Shanghai but were soundly beaten in a June joust. Overall, phenomenal year for Dallas. I don't think anyone expected them to be as great as they ended up being. And even when the results faltered, they still showed they were championship level and likely the closest to Shanghai by being semi-finalists in 2021 Summer Showdown and in the 2021 playoffs. Next at 6th place is the London Spitfire. Winning both their finals appearances in 2018, where they won both the Stage 1 playoffs and the grand finals there, before promptly falling off hard. Honestly, I think their win in 2018 was more a patch or hot streak, and not representative of their overall season, but still, winning a grand finals is nothing to scoff at whatsoever. While London never had the same performance again, they can be proud to be with San Francisco and Shanghai at the very top of the season. Next in 5th place is the Vancouver Titans. The biggest fail story in Overwatch. They had an incredibly talented roster only to blow it up in early 2020, ruining what was once the most lovable team in Overwatch. However, their incredible 2019 season is not to be discounted. They were right at the top with the Shock, winning Stage 1, and being runners-up to them in Stage 2 and in the overall playoffs. It's such a tragedy what happened to this team. They had so much potential, but the management just cucked them. Now with Twilight pretty much being the sole holdout, they have to be the biggest disappointment of all time. Coming in 4th place are the Philadelphia Fusion. This one's a heartbreaker. They have come in 2nd 4 times, and have never won a title a single time. It's such a tragedy for such an incredible roster. As for when these runner-ups were, they came in 2nd in 2018 Stage 2, the overall 2018 playoffs, the 2020 Summer Showdown and the 2020 Countdown Cup. The Summer Showdown especially hurt against Paris. They were also semi-finalists in 2019 Stage 1, the 2020 melee and the 2020 playoffs. They have been consistently great over the years, and it's such a shame that they come up short time and time again. Plus, now Carp, Eco and Poco have left Overwatch 1 with no titles. Please win something in 2022, they deserve it. But now in 3rd place is the New York Excelsior. All of their results come in 2018, where they were by far the best team until playoffs. They had the best regular season record, won stages 2 and 3, and were runners-up in Stage 1 against London and Stage 4 against Los Angeles. They were expected to win it all easily, until the greatest choke of all time against Philadelphia. Still, they were incredible in 2018. They kept the momentum going in 2019, where they had a phenomenal regular season, but both tournament appearances in 2019 were stopped at the semi-finalists level. They also came in third in the playoffs in 2020 to Seoul and fourth in the June joust in 2021. Overall, they slowly petered out over the years before the roster blew up in 2021. It's so sad these guys have never won a season. They were so incredible together, and now many of them have left Overwatch or are far away on other teams. Except Jonek, of course. One of the most legendary teams, for sure. Now in second place, with 21 points, are the two-time champs, the San Francisco Shock. These guys are easily the GOATs of Overwatch 1. They were awful season 1, won 2 seasons and came in fourth in 2021. They have consistently been insanely top tier, and consistently amazing even in 2021 where they fell short. They won the 2019 Stage 2 playoffs, the 2019 playoffs in dominant fashion, the 2020 Melee, the 2020 Countdown Cup and the 2020 playoffs, were runners-up in the 2019 Stage 1 playoffs. They were also semi-finalists in the 2021 playoffs and the 2020 Summer Showdown. An incredible team over the course of 3 seasons, and yes, they came up short multiple times in 2021, they had a good finish. Even though Shanghai is still technically more successful, I don't think they can live up to their fame. And them number 1 is the current champs, the Shanghai Dragons. They won the 2019 Stage 3 playoffs, the 2020 Melee, the 2020 Countdown Cup, the 2021 June Joust, the 2021 Summer Showdown and the 2021 playoffs, and were runners-up in the 2020 Summer Showdown and the 2021 Melee. Also semi-finalists in 2020 overall season. I know I said the Shock were GOATed, but Shanghai truly gives them a run for their money. They were the top of their region and the world for 2 seasons straight. Had they beaten the Shock in 2020, they would easily be over them. They are just such an incredible roster with nearly unbeatable talent at the game. It's absurd how much they win, and I honestly can't see them dropping much in 2022. From 0-40 to the most successful team in the league, it's the Shanghai Dragons. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe for more. I upload almost daily Overwatch League content, and I'm trying to hit 100 subs by Season 5, so any subscription helps greatly. Thanks.